Pop that toy out and train for, let it play for a little bit before and after going in. Your clients and anybody training, these are going to be some of the things. And this is one of the reasons that having the VA paying for some of the dog's supplies is such a major issue, because some of the harnesses can be quite expensive for mobility harnesses and things like that. And getting the nice wide leather, good quality leather with sheepskin lining and things like that a dog is going to need if he's pulling a wheelchair or doing something like that.
Now, like for a mat for sitting down, like here, Lola and Cindy are sitting on this carpet. I mean, you don't need to take a mat everywhere, do you?
Some people do, because they are worried about hair or something like that. Movie theaters, you might want to take that. Ball games or something, because there's all sorts of disgusting stuff on the floor that you don't want your dog getting in contact with.
I use a mat, a beach towel as a target.
Yeah.
A beach towel at Target or from Target?
As a target, they know that they can't go off the beach towel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like when you go to the VA for an appointment, you have a towel with you?
Sometimes I take one, depends on where I'm going.
But, I mean, your service dog should be clean and groomed and things like that, brushed and things like that.
No, I would just think, well, actually, any floor is dirty, but
Yeah.
some are dirtier than others, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I would take one, is because if I didn't want my dog getting on a dirty floor. We're almost done here. The training log for owner trainers is very, very important. That's if you have to go to court for some reason, if there's a challenge or something like that, and they're saying, well, that dog is not a trained service dog, and you can pull out your log and say, yes, this is a trained service dog. This is my log, this is what we've been doing, and all of that. And it's also very good for you to keep track of where you're at with your training. Increasing criteria and things like that, if you're teaching tasks, retrieve tasks, placement tasks and things like that. It's best, well, it's very good to do it in sets of 10. So you can mark off, or sets of 5, so you can mark off successful repetitions, and you know when the dog gets to a 90% rate, and you can increase the difficulty of the requirements for doing the task. So if you've got a dog that 9 out of 10 times will sit in the house, then you can move to outside, or you have them sit at the house, but you start doing jumping jacks or something like that. And if you're just going, oh, I think it's been doing pretty good, so I'll try and raise this criteria, you may be pushing the dog too far. So somebody that's, say, on medication, may not be keeping track of things, short-term memory losses, something like that. Keeping a good training log, marking down successful repetitions and doing it fairly formally like that might be very, very helpful. Scent dogs, you want to have a record if you want to get them certified through a group, private trainer type group. There's some of them out there that you can send in videos and get your dog, get a certification from them that this is a service dog. So you want to have your training log for that. You want to have proof that the dog detected at certain glucose levels. And for again, for your own training, keeping that is very helpful. There. And this is an example of training log. The top one is a little more formal than the bottom one. So if you were doing clickers training or something like that, maybe you might want to use the top one. The bottom one is sometimes a little more user-friendly for some people, just keeping a narrative type. Okay, that's it. Any questions?
And just for the back items, for cleaning up the floor, I mean, what kind of thing, I mean, there's only so much room you have in your pockets in a fanny pack. I mean, do you take, like those Clorox wipes or something, or?
Yeah, I carry wipes with me in a Ziploc bag, and some paper towels also. And again, mentioned teaching the dog to eliminate on command. That's very, very helpful. You take the dog, before you go into a store, you have them eliminate, or you give them a chance to. So, and hopefully reduce the possibility of that, knowing when your dog, knowing regular times that your dog eliminates also is really handy.
And then do you carry a separate kind of wipe for the dog's paw, before you go in places, or?
I don't wipe the dog's paws.
You don't?
I might wipe them when they come out of someplace, but I don't wipe them before going in. There's no, I mean, you don't wipe the bottom of your shoes off. So why would you wipe the dog's paws?
Well, I guess I was thinking if it was a rainy, muddy day or something like that.
Do you wipe your shoes off?
Carrying Alexander,
Pardon?
Pardon?
except if you're carrying out Alexander.
I didn't,
I wipe my dog's paws, you know that.
oh, yeah, before going in the house, yeah.
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 But also, if you, people that, when it's the therapy dog, they
Mhm.
have them wipe both their feet before and after they go in
Right, yeah.
buildings.
What kind
They're
of wipe
going
do you
into
use?
nursing homes and hospitals and things like that, where there's all sorts.
I use Germex and also carry them in the car, primarily for me. But
And what was the other one in the car?
Germex.
German.
You can get a big bottle of that pretty cheaply at Walmart.
Yeah.
And it's like the Orientals, I have street shoes and house shoes.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And whenever they.
And no shoes, yeah.
I may look it, but I.
Before we go back to
I
the
ain't nothing
house
like
today, I will Germex everybody's feet. Because I don't want this floor on my bedspread.
Right. And then do you just decant it into smaller bottles? You said you got it in a
Oh,
giant
yeah,
bottle.
yeah.
GERMAX?
GER-X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They got aloe or.
GERM.
they got great big bins
X.
at Walmart.
GERM-X.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Is it like,
I have
white
a question.
Sure.
Like,
But,
if
oh,
if
but,
you're getting,
okay.
like, mine would be like as a physical and for mental. But if you have a service dog like that, and I know like some of the elderly places allow therapy dogs to come in there,
Mhm.
would it not be a smart thing to do?
That's a discussion, and I've seen that, it pops up every once in a while on service dog groups and things. And basically, there's not really a problem. It depends on your dog. Also, and you, going in can be very, very stressful on the person and the dog. So some dogs absolutely adore going in and seeing a bunch of people. Some people use that as a reward. They get to go in and visit people because normally out in public, they don't get to visit with people.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So it depends on you and your dog. If you can handle the stress and strain of going in and talking with the people, because it is very stressful to do that. If you can handle that, that's great. Maybe your dog can or can't. So maybe you absolutely adore it, but the dog feels very uncomfortable going up and meeting a bunch of strangers. And it's okay out in public, it just doesn't, want to go up and meet everybody. Shepherds come to mind, they're fairly reserved. They're not going to necessarily, all want to go up and, oh, my best buddy, which is what the nursing home folks really like to see.
Right.
The dogs that absolutely love seeing them. Your dog may not like that.
Right.
So, but you asked about toweling the dog off. But yeah, toweling the dog, drying it after being in the rain and things like that. The microfiber towels are really great. And if you had a dog that you wanted to do that in a rainy area, getting them a pack would be very helpful, and letting the dog carry its own supplies. They can carry, quite a bit, depending on the size of the dog. So that's always a possibility also. Okay, did I cover most of the stuff that you needed?
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Very nice.
Cool. And you can email me. I think my email is on there. If it's not, it may not be. But, your email, let me get your email. Let me turn this off and we'll get email.